Hello, my name is Brother Sean, and in this strange outfit that I'm wearing, it is really my uniform. It's my habit, because I'm a member of the Teo community of St. Francis, founded in 2008 by St. Francis to reach out to all faiths and none, to embrace every child of God, regardless of their colour, ethnicity, life choice, sexual orientation, disability. And our members are ordinary men and women who are already living the spiritual life from their own home, their monastery without walls. So we were guided to establish a cyber community. But that's not why I'm here. I'm here to share with you a heart reflection for today. But first, I have lit a candle, and I would like us to just for a moment be still in the presence of God. Not the God that's been portrayed by religion down through the centuries, but a God of love. A God who has many children from different faiths and none. So we light this light for all of you. And I would like to begin with the beautiful Celtic blessing. You may be familiar with it, and if you are, then please join me. Deep peace, pure white of the moon to you. Deep peace, pure green of the grass to you. Deep peace, pure brown of the earth to you. Deep peace, pure grey of the dew to you. Deep peace, pure blue of the sky to you. Deep peace of the running waves to you. Deep peace of the flowing air to you. Deep peace of the quiet earth to you. Deep peace of the shining stars to you. Deep peace of the Son of Peace to you. We invite, we invoke, and we call upon the Spirit of God. And we call on our earthly mother, Gaia, Kuan Yin, Magdalena, Mother Mary, and Isis. We call on the company of heaven to guide us and to allow both of us have our hearts opened so that we can hear and discern what is God saying to our hearts this new day. Well, I'd like to read to you a message that was channeled to a beautiful being of light from the cosmic Christ. As you listen to birds calling to one another, hear also my love call to you. I speak to you continually through sights, sounds, thoughts, impressions, even the scriptures and words from holy books. There is no limit to the variety of ways I can communicate with you. Your part is to be attentive to my messages in whatever form they come. When you set out to find me in a day, you discover that the world is vibrantly alive with my presence. You can find me not only in beauty and bird calls, but also in tragedy and faces filled with grief. I can take the deepest sorrow and weave it into a pattern for good. Search for me and my messages. As you go through this day, you will seek me and you will find me. When you seek me with your whole being. The words that are hitting me right between the eyes and that resonate with my heart are these. I can take the deepest sorrow and weave it into a pattern for good. Let us stay with that. What is that saying? As an enclosed monastic monk, my ministry is mainly now online, where beautiful people email me their sorrows, their tragedies, There are many prayer requests for healing and support. And as one who has given one's life to God, I don't profess to be holier than you. I'm ordinary, I make mistakes, I've made many mistakes. Oh gosh, when I look back on my life and I realize the opportunities I let go. But there's been times in my life when I too needed help. And for a long, long time I was so stubborn. I refused to listen to the voice of God because I allowed my ego and the thoughts coming from my mind to dissuade me from listening to the words of my beloved. But now as I'm getting older, I'm 65 this December, and when I look back on the years I think what a fool I've been. But I bless that foolishness, and I bless the many mistakes I've made, because with all my heart I pray that I can learn from them. But people will always try and put you down. You will know that. They'll discourage you. It seems to be an illness of the modern world. They resent to see anyone being successful. But what is successful? I'm not successful. I'm ordinary. I live a simple life. I don't really know the impact of my work on people's lives unless they email me and thank me. But I don't expect thanks because I do it out of love. Our healing vigil that we hold every night, but particularly Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays on our live stream channel, are for you too. They're for you to come and sit in the presence of love and to give yourself some time, some retail therapy. Instead of shopping till you drop, you can come and listen to your heart, and you can discern the voices that are coming through you. If they're from the mind, the head, the ego, they always have a sense of guilt, anxiety, worry, fear attached to them. But over time you begin to discern the voice of God from the voice of the evil one. The voice of God speaks in love. And though the words may be challenging for us to take back our power and take responsibility for our life, then we will go on looping, as we say in counselling. Recently I had an email from a client who was living in a loveless relationship where she was being forever put down. Clearly, that sort of relationship is destructive. It's like cancer. It eats away at your soul. It stops you, prevents you from reclaiming your inner peace as a child of God. And it takes a lot of courage to stand up to that person who's doing that, because really and truly what they're doing is abuse. It's abuse. But there's nothing beyond the power of God. The moment you ask God for a legion of angels to come to you, they come immediately. You may not feel the impact of your prayer there and then, because other things have to be taken care of that we may not see. There has to be some groundwork. It's like designing a garden, which I used to do when I took ill health retirement from nursing 12 years ago. I used to design and create sacred gardens for peace. It takes time to look at the overall plan and to see what obstacles need to be moved. Does that tree get in the way of the pond? Or that large rock? Does that have to be moved to somewhere else? None of us are perfect, and we each have issues in our life. I'm aware that in my journey, my past sometimes comes to catch up with me, but I bless it. And there are those who say all kinds of nasty things about me. That I'm a money grabber, that I'm devious, I'm the Antichrist, that I'm a scammer, a spammer. And it hurts. But immediately we've got to hand over that hurt. We've to bless that hurt and the persons responsible for inflicting that pain and hurt. And we've to bless those who believe in what they're reading about you. And that is challenging. But for you, if you are in a place today where you feel that you're beyond God's help, that's arrogance. Just quietly light your candle, come before your loving God, and invite, invoke, and ask for the Spirit of God's love to come into your heart. And then say, thank you, God. And keep on saying thank you. Even though you might be in a situation where you're being physically, verbally, psychologically abused by your partner, do not give up, because the power of God transcends all understanding. And if you call on the Archangel Michael to kick ass, trust me, he kicks ass. He's kicked mine many times, and when I've asked him to kick others, by Jove, he's done the trick. So don't give up. The power of prayer is a lethal weapon in the right hands for the highest good. I'm going to read that again, because I felt my heart saying to me, read it again, because the mind we forget, don't we? You can find me not only in beauty and bird calls, but also in tragedy and faces filled with grief. I can take the deepest sorrow and weave it into a pattern for good. Please treasure those words. I can take the deepest sorrow and weave it into a pattern for good. If you're willing to hand over and willing to surrender, then name, shame, and bless whatever it is that's brought you here, and release it to God, and then gratitude. The moment you begin to use the gift of gratitude with thanksgiving, the power of heaven is unleashed to support you. Never lose hope. You can email me, brothersean2012@aol.com. The brother is capital B and the Sean S-E-A-N. And I wish you a peaceful, loving day. And I pray that today will be the first day of the rest of your life. Be strong. Do not lose heart. Namaste.